What are the 5 bottles of bourbon you need to be drinking this summer? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Summer is upon us. It is a couple of weeks away, and there is this underlying question of what bottles of bourbon should I enjoy for the coming months of summer. And well, I'm going to give you my top 5 bourbons that I think you should be enjoying this summer. Last year I did it. It was a little bit different. We had a little bit of a criteria that I went down on for those bottles of bourbon. This year, not so much. Just the ones that I think fit that flavor profile that will fit very, very well for those hot summer months, and something that will really be enjoyed sitting by a fire, sitting by the lake, fishing, doing whatever you want to be doing. These are the 5 bourbons that you should be drinking. Bottle number 1 goes to Penelope Valencia. Now this right here is part of their Cooper series. This bottle is bottled at 97 proof. This is finished in Vino de Naranja casks, which are orange wine or brandy. Can't quite remember which it is, but it's an orange style cask out of Spain. And this adds a beautiful orange sweetness on that tail end of the finish that absolutely is divine. Reminds me of just a beautiful orange juice in a way, and this has a little bit of a cinnamon characteristic that goes very, very beautifully with that orange. Very delicious, almost like a caramelized orange pie or something like that. It's absolutely delicious. One of my go-to pours that I really enjoy. And now that we're getting into the summer months, this one right here is definitely going to be finished, and batch 2 of this will be coming out very soon. Bottle number 2 goes to Barrel Vantage. Now this bottle right here is batch 1. It's bottled at 114.44 proof. It's an absolute killer of a bottle. We are on batch 3 or 4 of the Barrel Vantage as well. But I've had a sip out of a couple of the other batches, and they all have that very well-rounded tropical fruit note on the palate that is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Goes very well, in my opinion, for these summer months that are coming up. Tropical fruits, you know, they grow in those warmer climates. And when you think of those warmer climates in summertime, you think of pineapples, you think of mangoes, you think of those fruits, and that's what this bottle right here has going for it, and pairs very, very well for summertime. Bottle number 3 goes to Eagle Rare. Now going off of the Penelope Valencia, you know, that one is very, very prominent in those orange flavors, where this one has subtle orange notes and has that traditional bourbon characteristic of those vanillas and caramels, the sweetness that comes through from the charred oak. Very, very beautifully in this bottle. Absolutely love it. This is a bottle that, you know, you can have, it can be a workhorse in your summertime sippers. It can be one on ice for somebody who likes bourbon on ice. It can be a cocktail mixer for somebody who likes cocktails. This is just one of those bottles of bourbon that will go hand in hand with summertime very, very well. Bottle number 4 is going to be a bottle that's on the cheaper side. You know, we're going to go for a bottle that's under 25 bucks. That's Wild Turkey 101. You always need that summer smasher, that bottle that is going to get killed in a night with a couple of friends or just by yourself. It really doesn't matter how you finish a bottle of bourbon, whether it's by yourself or with a bunch of buddies. But Wild Turkey 101, it's got that Wild Turkey funk that everybody loves. And if you don't love it, you got to love it because it's absolutely delicious. And Wild Turkey 101 is just one of those staples on my shelf that I absolutely find to be a workhorse as well, just as the Eagle Rare. You know, this is going to be a little bit harder to find, but you will find this bottle on every single liquor store shelf in the nation and out of the nation. You could probably find a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 sitting on the Titanic down on the bottom of the ocean. You know, I mean, this is just a well-rounded bottle of bourbon. 101 proof, not too hot, not too low in that proof. It dilutes very, very slowly if you're drinking it over ice in a cocktail. Absolute killer of a bottle. Bottle number 5 goes to a style of bourbon, and that is going to be a toasted bourbon. When I think of summer, I'm thinking about building a campfire in your backyard, listening to the crickets, watching the lightning bugs go off, and you know, you got the gnats flying around, but you want a bottle of bourbon. And when you're sitting at that fire, you get that smoke in your face, and you know, we all know that smell. This right here, these bottles, the toasted barreled bourbons, are some of my absolute favorites for summertime. You know, you've got the Penelope Toasted Bourbon, you've got the Old Forester 1910 Old Fine Whiskey, and then if you want to spend a little bit more money pushing that $100 mark for a nicer bottle of bourbon, you got the Dixon Deadman 2XO. You know, this one right here is the Phoenix blend. You also have the Innkeepers blend. He's gonna have more bottles coming out here in the near future. And if you're looking for my personal go-to favorite summertime pour, it's going to be a toasted barreled bourbon. And these right here are 3 of my absolute favorites. They're staples on my shelf, and heck, all of these bottles of bourbon are absolute dynamite pours for summertime, and you can't go wrong with any of them. Let me know down in the comments below what your 5 bottles of bourbon would be for summertime. If it's completely different than mine, that's okay. We all have our own preferences. But until next time, this has been Nathan with The Everyday Drinker. Cheers.